Okay, we have a battle against a guy called Exclamation mark. What a way to start a video. This is, it's not a great battle, not gonna lie. It's kind of interesting in a lot of ways, because, you know, I spent the whole of the Christmas special series getting hacked out of my arse, but hacks is kind of hacks is an interesting part of the game because sometimes it's irrelevant, and sometimes it can be bullshit if you get power hacks like 7 times in a row. But this guy, oh man, you'll see. Anyway, I'm gonna lead out with Volcarona. He's the lead off with a T-Tar. I am not really worried in the slightest. In fact, the T-Tar and the Terrakion don't really friend me at all, to be honest, because I've got Terry. I don't give a fuck. But, for the time being, I'm going to play... I decided, I woke up a bit groggy. I hit the bottle a bit too hard last night. So, I was thinking, okay, I'm going to go into this, and I'm going to play balls to the wall offensive. I'm just going to go for it. So that's what I do. I U-turn out, and I go straight into Garchomp. And I'm just going to go EQ. I don't really care. I have nothing to lose. I want to try and force him into a corner and just go beat stick until I get somewhere. So he's going to go to a Celebi, and I see that it is lefties, which kind of means bulky to me. And I was a little bit worried about Leech Seed, but not too worried. I can deal with it. Like I say, I've got, Meloetta, Vaporeon, Scarm. So, this thing might have hit Power Fire, but I don't know. Mellow is going to sit there all day. But you know what, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to go back into Volcarona. I can kill it, it's the logical play, why not? So he's going to go Giga Drain on me, and he does get a crit, but whatever. The only real annoying thing about that is, I need a Giga Drain to get my health up so I can switch. And that's where the problems lie here. It's kind of interesting. So... this is how beat stick I was going. I knew Stealthrox was up. I know he's got a lot of things he can switch into, but I don't care. I'm going to force him, and to make the wrong play and to screw something up. So he's going to go into his Terrakion as I predict the switch go Giga Drain, and I'm like, ah ha ha ha. That is lovely. Doesn't do much though. That Sand Boost triggering makes Terrakion beastly as hell. So I need to Giga Drain again, and I get to see if he's scoffed or not. And here is the first huge bit of hacks against this poor man. He's going to go Stone Edge. Like I say, he was scuffed, he outsped me, and he misses, which is just like, oh my god. Jesus. And that is humongous. I get a Giga Drain, I get my health back, I can switch out freely, Volcarona lives to see another day. It is a massive threat against his Celebi and his Latios and his Magneton. Jesus. Basically, so that is hideously unlucky. Yeah, I've learned, I've sort of been told, and I'm going to switch out now. And I think, okay, I'm going to go to Scarm. I'm going to get entries up like a bitch. I don't want this thing anywhere near my team. Garchomp could probably deal with it quite reasonably, but I'd rather just not, I'd rather just not. So I think, okay, gotta go Scarm. He's gonna miss another Stone Edge, which is just like, what, really? Really, game? Man. But, I see this opportunity, I think, okay, I'm gonna set up some spikes. May as well. It'll kill it coming in. But, of course, he's gonna go to the Magneton. Again, I don't really care. The Magneton is puny and insignificant in my eyes. Meloetta will laugh in this thing's face for years. I could probably PP stall it, just sitting there. Wouldn't even really need to rest until, I don't know, 5 turns in. But he is going to go T-Bolt, and I was 1 HP away from fucking Sturdy. Oh dear. Still, I don't mind that much. Scoms, a lot of his team is special. The Terrakion's gone. Terry is going to handle that T-Tar like a beast. So, again, I'm not that bothered by most of his team. And he's got a Keldeo as well, so that's 4 guys that are special. So Mellow is the one I want more. Scarm, not dead weight, but, getting up spikes is useful and did help in the long run. So now I'm just going to go into Mellow. And I'm just going to be like, nah, you ain't touching this. I'm just going to go Perish Song, I believe. Like I say, I'm not friend. At all. seriously, I have no reason to be remotely worried by this Magneton. Zone, maybe. In rain, Zone would probably win that fight. But a Magneton, nah. That said, I'm not entirely sure why he's running Magneton over Magnezone. I never quite got that. Is Magneton quicker than Magnezone? Because I do find out later on that he is scarfed. I believe. I'm pretty sure. He outspeeds my Chomp, so I'm pretty sure that's scarfed. But I don't know, is Magneton quicker than Magnezone? I have no clue. Either way, I parry Song. He does get a crit, but that's just how little Meloetta cares, man. Just takes a crit and another one and then rest. Just easy. And it's just, Meloetta is such a good special wall. I think the only main problem is that you have to use rest talking sets, and that's kind of where a lot of rest talking walls kind of fall down compared to just ones that can slack off, soft boil, or what have you. Fucking Blissey. Anyway, I predict the switch into Tyranitar because it's about the only... I mean, he's seen how well I'm taking his hits. It's about the only thing he's really gonna want to try and kill me with. So I'm thinking, hey, just drop Terry in there. Hey, he's gonna try and attack me. Probably Stone Edge or EQ. I'm gonna counter the fuck out of that. So, yeah, that's what happens. He does hit, but it was probably more of a hindrance that he hit that time. So I counter and down goes Tyranitar. Terry doing his job flawlessly. Because Terry is God and always will be. What a beast. What a beast of beastliness. So in comes this Latios, and I'm thinking, alright Terry, let's just get a bit of scouting. You've done your job. If he does something stupid, I'll paint split, and then you'll have more jobs to do. Although that said, if the rest of his team is special, yeah. I suppose Terry could probably wall the shit out of that Celebi. Anyway, I see Dragon Balls. I don't see an item. I'm kind of thinking, hey, maybe he's scarfed. I can't think of anything else. So, well, I would go into Mellow, but Mellow can't really do anything to Latios, and I don't just want to get beaten in the face while I try and wake up and Perisong again. So I think, alright, let's go to Vaporeon, I can Wish, and I can Baton Pass out, but I'm outspeed, and he roars, and I'm like, wait, what? And then comes Volcarona, and at first I was like, this is great, that's awesome, but, no, because apparently Sand goes before Wish. So despite the fact that I Bog Buzz and kill the Latios, which is just amazing, I don't get my full health. Because if I'd have gotten that full health, that would have been evil as fuck. It's come on, I mean, it's a 1 in 4 shot that Volcarona would come in, I think. With all the pokes up, yeah, with all the pokes I got left, 1 in 4 shot. So that would have been fucking awful. But he makes good use of his Terrakion there. Just bring it into the, the blind switch, just scouting a bit, which is fair enough. And then he's going to go to his Keldeo. Now, this Keldeo is kind of worrying for me, because it can use Icy Wind and Hidden Power Ice. I don't know why it doesn't get Ice Beam. I think that's fucking stupid. Pretty much every other water type gets Ice Beam. Swampert gets Ice Beam. Seismitoad gets Ice Punch. Why does it only get Icy Wind? I don't know. Either way, he is going to go Sob, which is worrying. Quite a bit, yeah. And I immediately get my Heal Bell, which is just like, wow, that's insane. So now I'm free to Perisong, which is, yeah, I can do things, and if this guy wants to sub Calm Mind, eventually he's going to have to switch, or he's going to have to die. It's about what it boils down to. So, fan-dabby-dozy, I suppose. That's about it. So, he is going to start Calm Minding, and I believe I just dick about a bit, because I kind of want, my main plan is I just sort of, I Perisong first here. I sort of just want to see what he's going to do, if he's going to set up really high and just go for one massive hit which is kind of what I'm thinking he's going to do at the moment. Because if he can punch a big enough hole, I mean, if he can get rid of Meloetta or Vaporeon, he's in with a pretty decent shout. Although, let's face it, at this point, Vaporeon is the most useless of the lot. Also, I believe he missed a Hydro Pump as I switched into Melo. Just, yeah, pointing that out. So I'm going to go into Vaporeon now. Just, again, he's got Celebi and Magneton. Vaporeon ain't doing nothing here. I don't even know why I have it on the team. I don't think I ever use it to do anything. It's just fairly pointless. I don't really like Vaporeon. Bit of a prick. Yeah. Anyway, he's gonna have a secret sword, and at +2 he takes me out, which is yeah, worrying to say the least. But he's on his last thing. He's he's got one more hit left. He can either switch out, or he can, go for one last hit. So I'm thinking, alright, Melo is the last thing. I could sacrifice Chomp and then just have Melo to stall, because Melo would win. Unless the Celebi was nasty plot, Melo would win. I could sit there for years, just sleeping constantly. So, overall I would get there eventually, but it's kind of iffy, and I'd rather just go for it. But he Hydro Pump and missed, that was it. That was horrid. I was thinking to, pull the trigger, go to Chomp, try and catch him as he switches out, but I was like, okay, I'm just going to play it safe, just going to sit here with Melo. If Melo dies, Melo dies. And he missed 2 horrendously crucial plays. Just ridiculously crucial. Not even fair, man. I don't know what you say about her kind of thing. And like I said, I got hacks to shit quite a lot, but the Stone Edge mess on the Volcarona got his Latios killed. Good. That Hydro Pump there, it hasn't really sealed it completely. But basically, what I can do now is, after a humongous amount of dicking around, I can Perish Song, so I can keep getting things switching. I can keep getting residual damage and whatever you want to go for. But the difference is that I can Perish Song myself, kill myself, and get a free switch into Garchomp, which means I effectively get a free SD, especially if this Magneton's the thing in. I mean, if it's his Celebi in, he really should have planned that out, by the way. If his Celebi is the poke that's in, against my Garchomp, he's got a shot, because I have so little attack investment, and Outrage isn't going to kill it. And Outrage is going to certainly be a 2-hit KO on the Magneton. So, had he had the Celebi in when I brought Garchomp in, fine. And that's why, that Hydro Pump miss was huge. Because his Keldeo would have died, my Melo would have died, unless my Meloetta is literally the most godliest thing in the world. And then it would have been Celebi versus Chomp. And I suppose it kind of depends. If he had HP Ice, he'd win, flat out. That's kind of what I was worried about the entire game. Amazingly, his zone didn't have it. I can't imagine what his zone has got. I think it's probably Hidden Power Fire, but I don't know. So, yeah. Had he managed to kill my Melo, that would have been humongous. But he didn't, and yeah. It was really fucking unfair, though. I felt really sorry for the guy after that. This is that is such a dick move. So, I think he hit, 1 out of 3 Stone Edges, and one of those misses was huge, and I don't think he hit a Hydro Bump at all. That's just... They're not even that low accuracy moves, man. They're high enough where you think you're gonna hit it. Oh, dear. Anyway, I believe I've Perish Song myself. I Sleep Talk there just to waste a turn. Just in case. I was still sort of iffy on what I wanted to do, but here I just decide, let's let Meloetta go. Nothing really to worry about. I was thinking of switching. In fact, what I was going to try and do beforehand was Perish Song and then switch out on the second turn, as opposed to the last one. So, I could bring Chomp in and he'd have to sack it, or sack his poke or switch. But eventually, he pulled the, he switched earlier. He switched straight after I Perish Song, so I just Perish Song the Zar or the Magneton, no worries, and I'm just gonna let Meloetta die. It doesn't matter to me. Then this is kind of what it comes down to, is, can his Celebi live a hit? Or can his Magneton rape face? When the big answer is no. So, those two, that is crucial hacks. That's evil. I felt awful after that. I mean, you don't really see that every day. Two humongous misses cost him it. I don't know, it might have been different, but Jesus Christ. Anyway, he does switch, he goes into Celebi, ISD, and this is pretty much it. I mean, I thought for like the entire game that his Magneton was Eviolite, but I find out it's scarfed at the last minute, because he does outspeed my chomp. And yeah, his Celebi it was kind of a toss-up, do I go Dragon Claw and then EQ for the safe kill on the Magneton, or do I just go Outrage? Make sure the Celebi is dead, and then, you know, see how we go against the Magneton. He just goes Flash Cannon, he does get a special defense drop, he deserved a crit. Somewhere. Come on. Whatever. Anyway, yeah, good game, Exclamation. You know, don't really know what to say. That's, yeah. Anyway, I'll see you guys in a bit. Maybe that puts hacks in perspective for you guys. So next time you get hacks and you moan, think about this poor bastard. Anyway, see you guys in a bit. Peace.